Stop! Don't do that to me! Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and today I'm going to play a game called Sweet Dreams, which comes from the creator of the game Missing. However, this game I believe is a prequel to that, so maybe we'll learn a little bit more about the fate of our dear friend. Lee, was that our friend? I think that was. I'm pooped. Can't wait to just collapse in a nice comfy bed. You yawn again. At this point, it's a fight to even keep your eyes open. Tiredly, you pull out your phone to check your arrival status. Not for another hour, huh? This place is really out in the boonies. Your destination is Border Springs, an idyllic little countryside town. It's where you were born and raised, although you have little to no memory of the place anymore. I want to go home already. This entire trip had been your mother's idea. Ring ring. Speak of the devil. Beep. Hello? Lee? Unruly red hair, piercing eyes, a successful and ruthless businesswoman. Even now, as she speaks to her only child, there's not a hint of tenderness in her features. Hi, Mom. Did you arrive yet? Not for another hour. I see. How's the ride been so far? It's different. Everything here is so outdated. This train looks like it was made like 200 years ago. 147 years ago. The railroad never bothered to upgrade it. But it does its job. Once a week, it goes to and from the nearest city for supplies, picking up the occasional passenger on the way, although people don't tend to take this route in the first place. You should be glad it's still running. The only other alternative to getting to Border Springs is by foot. Ooh. Thank you, Miss CEO of Trains. It still sucks, and I still want to go home. You're spoiled, that's why. I've coddled you for too long. You do nothing all day but stay in your room playing video games. It's time you get out into the real world. I am in the real world, and video games seems a lot nicer. By shipping me off to someplace so remote it doesn't even show up on the map? It's your birthplace. You'll be thanking me, Lee. Besides, you have Petunia there. I'm not even that close with her anymore. We've barely spoken since I moved. You got along just fine 10 years ago. Make it work. Jeez, Mom. I have a meeting to go to soon. Let me know when you arrive. Bye, little plum. Bye, Mom. So much for that, I guess. You look around the passenger car. Like your mother said, there weren't many people taking this train in the first place. The passenger car was practically empty, and, ideally, you'd use this time to doze off a little. Keyword being, ideally. Ugh. Look at those two over there. They're disgusting. Ugh. Aw, babe, I love you so much.
I love you so much more. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
It's not like I'm gonna get a wink of sleep anyway, with how loud that couple behind me has been this entire ride. I'll just go to the restroom. Splashing some cold water on my face might help me wake up. You get up out of your seat and... Ow! Excuse... Oh no. Me? A familiar face looks back at you with concern. Are you hurt? No, sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. You squint at him. Those droopy eyes and nervous demeanor, he reminds you of someone. Have we met before? Are you hitting on me? What? No, I'm not. Sorry. It was a dumb question anyway. No, not at all. I'm Crow. He shyly motions to himself. I work here. Let me know if you need anything. I'm at your service. Right, You yawn in his face, but quickly catch yourself. Sorry, that was rude. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm just really tired. You shake your head, hoping you didn't offend the poor dude with your rude behavior. Don't know what's up with me today. It's all right. You must have had a long trip. Yeah, been traveling all day. I can tell by those impressive bags under your eyes. Is it that bad? No, you're perfect. Oh, I know. How about something caffeinated to drink? It'll be on us, as an apology for bumping into you. Black coffee. She seems like the type to enjoy black coffee. You could definitely use some caffeine in your system. I still remember that one time I drank like 3 cups to pull an all-nighter studying for an exam. I can always rely on a nice warm brew to keep me up. That would be nice. I'd like a... You yawn, interrupting yourself midway. You blink back the tears. Crow gives you a smile. Rest up for a little bit. I'll have your coffee ready as soon as possible. He starts to walk away. Hey man, I hear you're giving out free drinks.
How about 2 more for us as well? It's our anniversary.
The girlfriend cuddles closer to her boyfriend in a display of, I don't know, showing off of how not single she is. Crow gives them a polite smile, but it's clear he's not quite sold on the idea. Sensing the imminent rejection, she turns to you for backup. Ma'am?
Help a girlie out. It's her anniversary.
New drinking game. Take a shot every time she mentions her anniversary. Despite the girlfriend's incessant nagging, you still feel obligated to assist her. I don't know this woman. But even if I want to help out, it's still really impolite for me to impose on Crow's generosity by asking for additional drinks. I'll have to turn the couple down. You turn to face the couple, who are giving you that hopeful, expectant look, with their big, pleading eyes. I'll just offer to cover their part of the bill. That way, everybody's happy. Even if it's at your own expense. You nod to yourself, having decided on the best course of action. How about I just pay for the... Well, I can't be disappointing our lovely patrons on a special day now, can I? The pair visibly perk up at his sudden shift in tone. So, what would you two like? I'll have some drought beer. How about you, babe?
Surprise me, but make sure it's a romantic drink made with lots of love.
Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute.
I love you. Mwah.
Their mushiness and unabashed PDA makes you cringe a little inside. Crow, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be the least bit fazed. Of course. A very happy anniversary to the lovely couple. I'll be back momentarily with everyone's beverages. Thanks, man.
Don't take too long now.
Having gotten what they wanted, the two go back to loudly cooing over one another. You slump back into your seat, relieved that the unwanted attention has been shifted off of you. Unfamiliar scenery passes you by as you stare out of the window. This is the first time I've traveled so far away on my own. In fact, I can hardly remember the last time I left my apartment, not since I dropped out of school anyway. Was the sky always this blue? I never know how pretty it could be. You drowsily open your phone, hoping to send a picture to Petunia. Connection lost? It was fine earlier. You won't have much luck getting a signal from here on out. Whoa! You nearly jump out of your seat. You didn't hear him approach you. Did I scare you? A little. Sorry about that. He gingerly hands you a piping hot cup of coffee. You grab the cup, taking a tentative sip. The coffee is rich and strong, smooth in flavor with a soothing aroma. You blink. Whoa, this is really good.
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
This is a darn fine cup of coffee. He beams. I'm glad you like it. He motions to the seat across from you. Mind if I join you? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. It's not often I get to chat with others while I'm on my shift, since we rarely have anyone else on board the train. He looks embarrassed, and you feel a twinge of guilt. No, it's okay. You can sit down. Ah, thank you. You sigh. You just can't say no to others. Especially not when they have that lost puppy look on them. He plops down across from you with a sweet smile, and you're able to take a good look at him for the first time. White hair, red eyes, long lashes, and a gentle expression. He seems so otherworldly. You're sure you'd remember someone with such distinct features. Bright red eyes and white hair, yeah. And yet, what's with this weird sense of déjà vu? I would like to make conversation with him. Socializing has never been your strong point, but you do want to get to know him better. You attempt to strike up a conversation. So, you desperately grasp at something, anything to say. Your eyes rest on his a melanistic hair. You have white hair? Okay, that was bad. Terrible, even. You pray to every god imaginable under the sun that he didn't take offense to the inquiry. There's a small look of panic on his face. Do you not like it? Huh? No, not at all. It's just a little unusual. I've never seen anyone with white hair before, not even in Midport. Midport? That big port city? Yeah, have you been there? It's a little embarrassing to admit, but I've never left Border Springs before. Really? From what your mom had told you, the only way to get in and out of that sleepy rural town of Border Springs is via this specific train, due to its difficult surrounding terrain. You'd have assumed that someone with such easy access to transportation would have taken the opportunity to travel and work elsewhere. So, all this time you just worked on this particular train, but never left your hometown for someplace new? He sheepishly stares at the ground. I like this train. He clearly has other reasons, but his attempt at an excuse is, if anything, comically endearing. You can't help but find it cute. What is it? Nothing. I'm just having fun. Me too. For you, talking to others was a strenuous task. You often struggled with finding the right topics, the right words, the right way to behave. But with Crow, you felt strangely comfortable in simply being yourself. It almost felt as if the two of you were merely old friends doing some catching up. You haven't had this much fun talking to anyone in a long time. But although you wanted to continue your conversation, extreme fatigue was starting to set in. Your eyelids feel heavy, and your movements sluggish. You try to blink back the sleepiness to no avail. Sorry. Tired. Crow shakes his head and smiles. Here. He leans forward, gently pressing his forehead to yours. Oh, nothing bad could happen. Why am I getting so sleepy after having drunk coffee? Crow, did you do something to my coffee, Crow? Is the Anderiness already starting? Oh. He removes his gloves, placing a hand on the side of your face. You attempt to move back, but he firmly holds you in place. Don't move. You feel the heat rising to your face. Instantly, a feeling of clarity overcomes you, and you begin to feel awake. Crow? With renewed vigor, you pull back, face still beet red. What was that? Crow leans back and smiles, pulling his gloves back on. He rises from his seat with a playful quip. Looks like that woke you up. He's got a surprisingly cheeky side as well. Were you trying to shock me awake? You could say that. Oh, I forgot to finish up something in the other car. I have to go. He starts to leave, but you find yourself calling out after him. Ah, Crow. He turns to you, a little surprised. What is it? I'll be around Border Springs for the next few months. I, don't have a lot of friends, if I'm being honest. But I feel like we would get along. So would you, like to hang out sometime, if you're around? Oh. What? Really? Really? Oh. You nod your head. You can feel your face grow warm at your own boldness. It was pretty out of character for you to do something like this, and the nervousness was starting to settle in. But Crow doesn't seem to notice. In fact, he seems pretty overwhelmed himself. I would, yes. I could show you around Border Springs. Yeah, that sounds fun. It's a promise then, okay? He holds out a pinky, and you can't help but laugh at the childlike gesture. You reach out and hook your pinky around his. Promise. Crow sways back and forth in excitement. Aww. Thank you, Lee. I'll be sure to make you happy. He pauses mid-celebration, as if suddenly remembering something. Ah, I got so excited, I nearly forgot again. There's something I really need to finish up doing in the other car. He gives you a sheepish smile. Sorry, I've got some things to attend to, but I'll catch up to you when it's time for us to get off. Make sure to wait for me right here, okay? So that I can find you later. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? He waves you goodbye as he exits the passenger car. You respond with a small wave of your own before looking out at the passing scenery from your window. There's a warm and giddy feeling in your chest from having made a new friend. Maybe this trip to Border Springs won't be so bad after all. Ending 1. An old friend. Aww. I wonder if anything happens if I have green tea instead. You could definitely use some caffeine in your system. My dad used to be obsessed with green tea. Time to see what the hype is all about. What if I sit in silence and just bask in his glory? You did invite him to sit down, but if you're being honest here, you're not a very sociable person. In fact, you have almost no interest in talking to this stranger at all. Aw, curse my introversion. This is why you have no friends, Lee. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Lee. You sit in uncomfortable silence for a while, unsure of what to say or do. After a while, Crow decides to take the initiative. What brings you to Border Springs? Oh, just visiting. From where? Midport. Ah, so that's where you've been all this time. The big city. Yeah, I live there. There's a curious look in his eye. When's the last time you came to Border Springs? Oh, wow, probably like 10 years or so? I don't know. Why'd it take you so long to come back? You instinctively reach up to check if your bangs are still properly covering up the scar on your forehead. Who hurt you, baby? Or did you, trip and fall? You know what? I'm gonna avoid the question because she seems uncomfortable. And since I'm doing this in silence, she probably doesn't want to say anything, so I'm gonna avoid the question, even though I would love to know. You attempt to diverge the conversation elsewhere. School, I guess. Busy with academics and all that stuff. No time for a vacation. And you're done with school now? Oh, yeah, I dropped out. Oh, I see. If you don't mind me asking, what happened? I mean, you squirm uncomfortably in your seat. It's always difficult to answer questions regarding your academic life. Nobody wants to be known as the loser dropout who failed their parents and society as a whole. Your palms begin to feel sweaty as you desperately search for a way to navigate around this topic. Well, a hand on your shoulder brings you back to reality, and you look up at Crow, who gives you a concerned smile. Are you okay? You take a shaky breath in and nod. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, didn't mean to dump all that on a stranger. Crow shakes his head. No, I was the one who asked. Thank you for indulging me. Yeah, no problem. I'd love to talk with you some more, but I have other passengers to attend to. But I'll be back shortly to collect your cup. Would you mind waiting for me here until I return? Sure. I mean, there's nothing else for me to do anyway. Crow beams. Wonderful. Well then, I'll be back. It was nice talking, Lee. He rises from his seat, gives you a small bow before exiting the passenger car to the dining car, closing the door behind him. Oh, you watch him leave, then fidget around nervously. There's something off-putting about him. You've never been good with strangers, or people in general. He's been nothing but kind to you, and here you are struggling to like the guy. Oh well. I'll try my best to get along with him, but I don't owe him anything for getting me a free drink. We'll just say our goodbyes after this train ride and go our separate ways. You stare out of the window. The silence is almost permeating. Huh? You turn around, peeking over to the seats behind you. The couple sitting there is gone. They must have gotten off at some point. No wonder it was so quiet. You look back at your empty cup. It was nice to have a warm drink, but if anything, you feel drowsier than before. I guess the caffeine isn't kicking in. You try to move, but your body feels heavy. Uh-oh, indeed. You collapse back into your seat, your mind hazy. What's going on? You try to grab your phone, but you find yourself unable to move your hands. Gotta call for somebody. You hear approaching footsteps and a worried voice call out to you. Ah, Lee, are you all right? Really tired. You feel yourself falling over. Here, let me help you. Crow removes his gloves, pulling you upright into your seat. Oh no! He nestles your head onto his shoulder, gently brushing aside stray strands of hair from your face. Poor thing, you must be exhausted. Go on and sleep. Just leave it all to me, okay? You can rest as long as you need to. I'll take care of you until you wake up. You mumble out a thanks, too tired to properly process anything, but grateful for his assistance. His fingers gently sift through your hair, and the soothing motion is the last thing you remember before your vision blurs and the world fades into black. Your bangs have gotten longer. You used to be taller than me. You've changed so much. But I'd still recognize you anywhere. Do you remember our promise? You said you'd be with me forever. You won't disappear off someplace again, will you? You would. You'll leave me again. You'll abandon me again. But that's okay. You see, I've changed too. I don't need you to hold on to me anymore. Because I won't be letting go of you a second time. We'll be arriving soon. Sweet dreams, Lee. There's much for us to catch up on. Ending 2. Sweet dreams!
Oh no!
Your friend Petunia is going to have to impersonate an officer and go and find you. Oh, I have? I've already seen all the endings available in this game? Oh, okay. I wonder if there's anything within the in the game files? Oh dear, oh, I just got punched through the fourth wall. Oh dear. Like deleting any safety keys that may be in the game's folder? Safety keys? Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared now. Maybe I should read the description of the game's store page and check out the game manual download on h.io. Oh yeah, maybe I should do that. Just a passing thought. It's a very good thought. Thank you for that. That scared me a little half to death. I don't know why fourth wall stuff scares me so much anymore. I want to see what she says about that story, though. What happens if I do answer the question? You sigh. I got into an accident when I was a kid. I don't remember much about what happened, and my parents refused to talk to me about it. But we moved to Midpoint shortly afterwards. My dad wanted me as far away from this place as possible. Crow? Why'd your eyes get kind of mean? Do you know about this accident? What happened, Crow? Crow? Mom probably doesn't care, though. She just wants me out of my room and out of her hair. Crow smiles. An accident, huh? He stares at you, the intense eye contact starting to make you uncomfortable. What was it? Yes, what was it? You nervously tug on stray strands of your hair. The memory of the accident wasn't something you wanted to, or could even, revisit. Any attempts at recollecting your thoughts were met with blanks or hazy feelings at best. And despite your parents' insistence, you know it wasn't some sort of freak accident. On that night, 10 years ago, you almost died. You shake your head. Why couldn't you remember? Oh, maybe because you almost died and your brain is blocking it out, but why? Something was evading you, pieces of the puzzle gone missing. But there was one thing you knew for certain. You weren't the only one present there that night. The air feels suffocating. What happened on that day, 10 years ago? A hand on your shoulder brings you back into reality, and you look up at Crow, who gives you a concerned smile. Safety key.txt? Okay, all right, let's get 'em. We're going to find out your secrets, Crow. Safety key.txt. Oh, okay, cool. A key inputted in order to keep playable character Lee confined to location passenger car for the duration of the game runtime. Removing the key will allow playable character Lee to explore other sections of location passenger car. Oh. Well, let's get rid of that. Boop. I guess I did do it right. Safety key missing. Let it cool. Oh, 'cause you put something in my drink, you little stinker. Yeah, don't drink the thing. A wave of unease washes over you as you take the cup from Crow. You should hold off on drinking it right now. Feeling a little guilty, you set the cup down. Do you not like it? No, not at all. I'm just worried about it being too hot, so I'll drink it after I wait a bit. Oh, I see. Okay. He motions to the seat across from you. Mind if I join you? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to overstep my boundaries. It's not often I get to chat with others while I'm here on my shift, since we rarely have anyone else on board the train. No, it's okay. You can sit down. Thank you. You sigh. You just can't say no to others. For you, talking to others was a strenuous task. You often struggled with finding the right topics, the right words, the right way to behave. But with Crow, you felt strangely comfortable in simply being yourself. It almost felt as if the two of you were merely old friends doing some catching up. You reach out to drink your now lukewarm coffee, but Crow quickly grabs it from your hand. You shoot him a quizzical look. "Your drink's gotten cold. Let me grab you a new one." "It's fine, really. I was waiting for it to cool off a little anyway." "I insist." "Oh, well, if you're sure." He smiles. "Well, I appreciate it then, really. Thank you." You watch him start to leave, but without thinking, you call out after him. "Ah, Crow?" He turns to you, a little surprised. "What is it?" "I'll be around Border Springs for the next few months. I, don't have a lot of friends, if I'm being honest. But I feel like we would get along. So would you, like to hang out sometime, if you're around?"
Oh.
There's a warm and giddy feeling in your chest from having made a new friend. Oh, even though he's probably not a new friend. Okay, so being nice ends with that ending. So, okay. What if we aren't so nice? What if I sit in silence while not drinking that drink? You look back at your neglected green tea, now lukewarm. Use the restroom. Yeah, that's a totally normal thing. You set the cup down. I still can't drink this. I don't know why, but I just can't. You look around the empty car. Where'd that couple go? I should use the restroom now before he comes back. Gotta splash some water on my face to wake myself up. If I remember correctly, it's at the end of the carriage. Should be right before the exit to the passenger's car. You're about to enter the restroom when you hear muffled crying. It's coming from the gangway connector behind the exit. I probably shouldn't go inside. That's just asking for unnecessary trouble. If this were a horror movie, I'd be the first idiot to end up on the kill count for checking out suspicious noises. You turn to leave, but the sobbing grows louder. I can't leave behind someone in trouble. I'll just take a peek to see if they actually need help or not. You creak open the door, angling yourself to see through the crack. Oh. It's the girl from the couple earlier. She's collapsed on the floor. Did her boyfriend break up with her or something? You're about to call out to her when you're interrupted by the sound of footsteps approaching. Eep! Silently, you hold your breath, hiding behind the door as a silhouette enters from the opposite end of the small room. You peek out to see Crow, setting down a tray on the ground. On it are 2 empty cups and a kettle.
Mark? Mark? Where'd you take my boyfriend?
There. Take some deep breaths, in and out. It's quite unfortunate, really. You and your boyfriend walked in on me during a bad time.
You were putting some powder in that girl's drink. We couldn't just...
Yes, I'm well aware. I was there. I must say, your boyfriend sure had aptitude for theatrics. Shouting at me, waving his arms around wildly, threatening to report me. How frightening. It's no wonder I acted in self-defense.
Please, I just want to be with him. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt him, please. Just let us go.
Shh. You seem to be in an emotional state right now. Let us have a calm, collected discussion instead, A little chat over a few drinks. He pours himself a cup from the kettle. The liquid sounds thick and viscous, dripping with a strange plop-plop sound. That's some thick tea. But he doesn't drink. Instead, he swirls the cup around in a circular motion, his brows furrowed in thought, before settling the cup back down. What are your thoughts on love? The girl seems taken aback by his sudden line of questioning. She looks up at him in fear, unsure of how to answer. For something so commonplace, it is so abstruse. If not done right, it can hurt. It can tear, it can strip you of all rational thought. It can serve as your fall from grace. And yet, why is it that such a self-destructive concept is praised, no, encouraged to be nurtured? For the longest time, I couldn't understand why, or perhaps I was incapable of understanding. After all, love is distinctly human emotion, one that's not bound by reason or logic. He smiles, gently. There's a look of adoration on his face. But then a miracle happened, a miracle that granted me the ability to love, one that consumed my every waking moment. Do you know what that's like, my dear? Do you know how much I've suffered for an entire decade, struggling to hold on, unable to let go? She whimpers and shakes her head fervently, hoping to quell the anger she sees bubbling beneath his surface. Love is a powerful thing. Even as it plunges a knife into my back, I cannot help but marvel at how warmly my soul responds in turn. And today, after all this time wallowing in uncertainty, one glance was all it took to remind me of how deeply love consumes. How priceless, how precious, how destructive it truly is. Oh, but look at me, rambling. A one-sided conversation doesn't make for good company. He gives the girl a sheepish smile. She doesn't return it. My apologies. It's been so long since I felt so stirred. I'm not usually like this. I suppose the two of you simply caught me on a bad day. His gloved fingers gently coast across the surface of the kettle. Good. It appears to have cooled off a little. It was still boiling during my first pour, a misstep on my end. I let my emotions get the better of me. He gracefully fills the other cup with steaming liquid before handing it to the girl, who receives it with shaky hands. She eyes the drink with suspicion before glancing back up at Crow. Oh, don't worry. It's not drugged, nor is it poison. It's simply the drink you requested earlier, a romantic drink for a romantic occasion.
What?
I do hope you'll enjoy it. I made it with all the things you love.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear! Oh no!
She attempts to drop the cup, but Crow grabs it in her stead. Drink. She's crying hysterically now. That is an accurate reaction. That is a well-deserved reaction to that. Drink.
Mark!
There's no need to shout. Your boyfriend is right here, in your cup. He forces the scalding concoction of human flesh and fluids down her throat as the girl gargles in protest. Dang, Crow, calm down, son. Sir, calm down. That was unnecessary. Jeez. Now, the two of you have become one. A romantic drink, is it not?
Up.
You suppress the urge to throw up, quickly turning away from the scene. Well, we know what happened to those two.
What was that? What the heck was that? I have to get back. Before he notices.
I guess we're not guess she already used the bathroom right then and there. Quickly and quietly, you rush back towards your row in the passenger car, all while trying to suppress the wave of nausea. You quickly scramble into your cushioned seat, clumsily fumbling for your phone. Your hands are shaky as you tap on the screen.
I have to call someone. I have to get off.
Eep! Oh no! What's wrong? You're as pale as a sheet. Did you, perhaps, see something you weren't supposed to? Oh, my dear Lee, don't worry. It wasn't your fault. You weren't supposed to be there. You never would have stumbled across our little tea party. Not of your own volition, anyway. Isn't that right? Stop! Don't do that to me! How dare you? How dare you? Oh! How dare you? How dare you do this to me? Oh, we're gonna fight now. We're gonna fight now. Put him up. Put him up. I think I can take you. I think I can take you. I probably can't take him. He's probably gonna kill me. Isn't that right? Totally Espoir's real name. Eep! I don't appreciate it when outsiders try to mess with my story. Eep! Oh, you just booted me. You just booted my butt. Okay, sir. Okay, I see you. Okay. Where am I? I severed your connection with Lee. Rude. As of now, you have no body with which to occupy, no way to sustain your existence in this world. A parasite without a host, a player without a player character. I presume you'll last a few more minutes before your connection is terminated. Okay, that's pretty rude, but I understand. You didn't have to do that to Mark, though. That's a bit overkill, friend. In the arms of the angel. Did you have fun? Did you get everything out of your system? Did you enjoy toying with my Lee, my narrative, my story? You see, there were safety measures in place that were supposed to limit your decision-making. Safety measures that serve to advance my interests. You couldn't have reached this point of the game purely by accident. You made the conscious, willing decision to delete restrictions on your gameplay, all so that you could satiate your own curiosity. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you got me there. And that curiosity has led us here. How troublesome. I have enough obstacles to deal with as is. Did you know that this world is set up so that, regardless of how amicable I am, Lee is bound to leave me again? Aw. You know, they enjoyed talking to you, Crow. Like most yanderes, you probably don't need to do all this. You seem like a very sweet guy. Be it in a week, a month, or even a year if I'm lucky, something will separate her from me. Become pen pals! Get on her Discord! Get up in her DMs! You two can still be connected. I think she'd actually need that. You don't gotta take it out on me. I had hoped to take some form of control early on in order to alter our fate, but we both know how that turned out. So, although I am irritated at how quickly you sped up the process, it was bound to happen eventually. You look like you have questions. I have several questions. Well, it's not as if we'll be seeing each other again. Not in this particular plane of existence, anyway. I will indulge you. Who are you? My, it's been how many minutes since you started playing, and you still don't know my name? I'm Crow. Was that answer unsatisfactory? You seem unamused. Why the obsession with Lee? Lee and I have history. We were close before her accident. I won't delve too much into it, as it largely concerns our younger halves. But what happened on that day served as the catalyst for our separation and rebirth. What? The beginning of the end. And although she may have forgotten our promise, I have not. An oath is an oath, and I'll hold her to her word. I'm owed that. You sure like avoiding giving me any real answers, huh? Don't take it personally. It's simply my manner of speaking. How do you know all of this? Oh, that's quite simple. I've always held a certain fondness for liberal sciences. And this world, at its core, is nothing but ones and zeros, contingent on logic and arithmetic. It's quite easy to see the outcomes of one's destiny when it's all predetermined. After all, there's only so much content our creator can put in before she runs out of steam. But that doesn't mean that I'm bound to these predetermined outcomes. And neither are you. We are volatile variables within this world, variables that have the potential to, well, change the game. Yeah. We may know our endings, but we are not resigned to them. What will happen to my game? That's quite simple. You simply won't have access to it anymore. There is no game if there is no player character to control. You can try reopening it afterwards if you like. Although I expect you will be thoroughly disappointed with what you see. I want to ask more, but I can feel myself being kicked out of the game already. All right, fair enough. I understand. You do what you gotta do, fam. Just leave me out of it. Goodbye. It looks like this is our farewell. This was a most enjoyable session. Thank you for accompanying me. You. I started to grow a little fond of you. No, you don't get that, Crow. No, you don't get that. No, you made me mad. You've offended me, sir. You're still very adorable. Perhaps we will see one another again. But for now, this is where we part ways. Print, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, what happens if I try to open the game again? Please don't jump scare me or something. Alright, there's nothing left for you here. I understand. Okay, I understand. I see how it is. I like that. I like that a whole lot. Well, that was Sweet Dreams from the creator of the game Missing, and as I said before, this is a prequel, so oh boy, Petunia's gonna have a bit of a time with Crow. There'll be a link in the description to that video if you haven't seen it, and if Editor Me is really smart, she'll remember to put a link to it near the beginning of this video, but it's not necessary to see or play both games. And please do try these games out that I play for yourself if you have the ability to. It's a lot of fun to get punched in the face through the fourth wall, Mr. Crow. But I eagerly await learning more about Crow and Lee and Petunia and to see what in the world is going to happen to Lee. Poor Lee. Well, anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.